Welcome to The Explainer. This is where we break down the stories behind things you think you know. And today, we're looking way up at maybe the most famous nursery rhyme of all time.
I mean, we all know these words, right? It's that comforting tune from when we were kids, passed down and down through generations. It almost feels like it's as old as the stars themselves.
But what if that's just the tip of the iceberg? Because you know what? It is. The lullaby we all sing is really just the first chapter of a way bigger, way more fascinating story. So yeah, let's get into it.
Okay, so here's the first big twist. The words and the music, they didn't start out together. Not even close. They were created decades apart, living totally separate lives before, well, destiny, I guess, finally brought them together.
So the lyrics actually started out as a poem. It was called The Star, and it was written by an English poet named Jane Taylor. She published it way back in 1806 in a collection she wrote with her sister, Anne, called Rhymes for the Nursery. And get this, it was just meant to be read, not sung.
And this timeline, this really lays it all out. Check this out. The melody, which was this popular French folk tune, was already out there in 1761. That's 45 years before Jane Taylor even wrote her poem. Then, it took another 32 years after that for someone to finally go, hey, let's put these two together. And boom, in 1838, the lullaby we know was born.
Okay, so let's dig into the poem itself, because that first verse that literally everyone on the planet knows, that's just 1/5 of the whole thing. Yeah, the full poem tells a much, much deeper story. So, of course, it starts with the part we all know. It just perfectly captures that feeling of being a little kid, looking up at the sky and just wondering, trying to figure out what that tiny, sparkly light is all about. Then, in the second verse, the scene gets set. The star's job doesn't even start until the blazing sun is set. It's this quiet, gentle little light that only shows up when things get dark.
And this is where things get really interesting. The poem's whole meaning starts to deepen. The star isn't just a pretty thing to look at anymore. Nope. Now it's a guide. It has a purpose, to help a traveler in the dark who would be totally lost without its tiny spark.
And the star keeps evolving. In this next part, it becomes this constant, watchful guardian. It's like it never sleeps, It's peeping through the curtains, staying on duty all night long until the sun comes back to take over. And here we go, the poem comes beautifully full circle. It reminds us again how that little spark lights the way for the traveler, but then it brings us right back to that original feeling of wonder. The speaker still doesn't know what the star is, but now they know just how important it is. So yeah, when you see all 5 verses together, it's so much more than just a cute rhyme about a sparkly thing in the sky. It's a whole story. A story about a constant, helpful guide that brings light and safety when everything is dark. And that right there helps explain why it works so powerfully as a lullaby. Which brings us to the big question, right? Why has this song stuck around for almost 200 years? Why does it resonate so deeply with parents and kids? Well, it's because it's doing so much more than just being a nice little bedtime tune. I mean, think about what a lullaby really is. It's this gentle song that just calms everybody down. Not just the kid, but the adult singing it too. The song itself plays a huge part in a child's emotional world, creating this incredible feeling of safety and calm. And it's not just a feeling. There's real science here. Research in childhood studies shows that when a parent sings this to a kid who's upset, it does way more than just make them sleepy. That closeness provides reassurance, it soothes them, and it actually models empathy. It's like saying, I see you, I hear you, your feelings are okay. It's literally helping to build their emotional intelligence.
But the song's journey didn't just stop at the nursery door. Oh no, its influence exploded. That simple, catchy structure became like this universal building block for other songs, echoing through our culture for more than 200 years.
You're not going to believe this. That same French melody, Ah vous dirai-je maman, is the exact same tune we used for the ABC song and Baa Baa Black Sheep. Isn't that wild? This one little melody became the soundtrack to childhood for millions of us. And of course, when something gets this famous, it's going to get parodied. The most famous example? The Mad Hatter in Lewis Carroll's Alice's Adventures in Wonderland. He sings his own wacky version, which just goes to show you everyone at the time knew the original. It was a total cultural touchstone. So, when you see the whole story, from a poem in England to a French folk tune to its incredible impact on us as kids, it really makes you wonder, doesn't it? What other secrets are hiding inside those simple rhymes we all thought we knew so well?